Hi folks, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Zhang. Today I'm going to talk about this super volatile, super exciting stock called DWAC, Digital World Acquisition Corporation. And it's a recently IPO SPAC backed by our former president, Mr. Donald J. Trump. And over the past week, after its IPO at $10, it opened around $16 and jumped all the way to $170 on Friday, and before dropping down and closing at $90 for the week, which is super exciting. It created a 1.70 time investment to the return on investment to the initial investors. This is a very volatile stock, and as of tomorrow, Monday, the first trading day of the week, there will be options available to the stock, which to me that indicates more volatility to come. And that's why if you're watching this on Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, congratulations, you have an opportunity to think about and plan ahead your trading strategy for Monday, for the upcoming week. So I'm going to talk about some trading strategies that I'm going to implement and walk you through the risks involved, and hopefully you'll find this video entertaining and instructional, and you can learn a little bit from this. And obviously, this is not financial advice. This is I'm not a financial planner, financial advisor, nor a tax consultant. I'm not giving you any sort of advice on finance or taxations or law. I am just showing you what I am doing because I think it's fun and it's a really interesting week. So a quick background on what the stock does. It's a SPAC, which means that right now it doesn't really have a product. It's looking to acquire another company, whether that can build it itself a product or acquire another social media company that focuses on the First Amendment right in the United States, which is the freedom of speech. So as people should be aware, during last year, during this year, Donald Trump's Twitter was actually blocked by Twitter. So Donald Trump can no longer talk to his base. And to some people, that really infringes upon the First Amendment right. And that's what the whole purpose of this company is, which is to acquire a company and build up a social media platform that gives people a freedom of speech. So you can talk about anything you want, anything you like, with no moderation in between. So as of now, I don't think there is a product. They haven't have a media platform out there, social media platform out there, and there's nothing that's concrete, but they do have a beautiful PowerPoint deck explaining some of the potential target audience and some of the potential total addressable market for them. And they're thinking about competing with Facebook, competing with Twitter, competing with like CNN, Disney, and all the telecommunication companies and all the social media companies. And it's drawing a huge pie in the air, pitching to investors, saying that believing us, buy our stock, you'll be rewarded handsomely in the future. And so that's the little background on the stock. So when you're buying into stock, you're actually not only buying into, you're not buying into a product. Yeah, you're buying into a belief that they will build a product, and you're also buying into a little bit of the political belief, believing that potentially maybe Donald Trump supporter will support Donald Trump this way by owning this a share of this company. That's just my speculations, obviously, and it'll be super interesting, and this is the background of the company. So now we're going to talk over a little bit about the technical analysis or the momentum trading side of the stock, and hopefully we can walk through what potentially could be a good buying point or a selling point or things like that, and we can identify some trading opportunities. So looking at the day, this company IPO at $10. This is what a SPAC does. It IPOs at the price of $10. It opened around 13, closed the day around 48 and 49, and then opened again around 120, and then it went all the way up the next day to that Friday to $174, and then dropped all the way down to $66, then closed the day around $90. Unfortunately for me, I was working during the day and I didn't have a lot of time to keep an eye on this. I did identify a trading opportunity, but I couldn't pull the trigger, and I missed out on potentially making about a couple $1,000s. But the trading opportunities I identify, I can show it right now. It's using a Fibonacci retracement tool here on TradingView. I take a look at, okay, so a peak around there. This is the high point of the stock. So I set a buy order around $75. But then I closed it before I went back to work, before I went back to working, and because I wasn't at my computer, so I couldn't really sell the rebound play. So as you can see, after it went up all the way there, started dropping, I set up buy order around 75. I canceled it before I left my computer, but eventually it did drop down. It first dropped down to $80, then bounced up to $111, then from $111 to around the $70 area. So if my buy order went through and I purchased, let's say 100 shares, and I sold it on around the rebound to about the 38.2% retracement level, that would be around $110 around this area. So if I bought at $75 to $110, that's $25, $35 per share, and then times 100, that's $3,500 that I missed out on. So it was kind of unfortunate, but I'm just showing you a potential trading opportunity, a very short rebound. Once you hit the peak, you can try to buy something here and then sell it on the rebound. Then you don't have to worry about where it goes from there. But as of now, it's really hitting the support line that we're seeing at on the 1 hour chart. I think this is let's just make sure. This is the 20 moving average, 20 simple moving average. So this is on the hourly chart. And if we can see any sort of rebound from this play, we can maybe really see it rebound all the way up to $110 area. That could be a pretty nice swing trade idea. That's like a $30 per share gain from this area. Let's take a look at the 4 hour chart. Obviously, 4 hour chart still takes a lot to catch up in terms of the moving averages. Once you move so high above the moving averages, you will usually come back down and try to catch up. And obviously, the longer the time frame, the longer times it takes to stay at a higher price in order for the moving averages to move up, so you can find like a buying point in that area. But the whole purpose of this video is to identify the potential volatility in the next week. So the ideal scenario is that once the options start trading, we're looking at some high volatility environment for this particular stock. And I think that will be the case, because imagine moving 2 days, the range you have is from $10 to $170. That's an incredible amount of a swing. So option sellers and the market makers, they want to price the option premium at a much higher price due to the implied volatility. And that's what we got to do once the stock open. We don't want to be option buyers, because that's how you really get screwed during this game if you're trading options when it first opens. And you should be imagining, okay, once the stock open, if the volatility is super high, the implied volatility is super high, we should try to sell options that's like way out of money. And for me, I feel comfortable selling way out of money on the put side, because meaning that if the price drop to a certain point, I am willing to own that particular stock. And the reason for that is that I think since it just is so early in its IPO cycle, that they don't have a lot of sellers, and you cannot really become a short seller on the stock because the float is so low, and you cannot. There's no stock for you to borrow in order to short the shares. And the initial investors, in 2 days, they see a 17x return. They might not want to sell. That's one thing. And I think, I'm not sure about this particular SPAC, whether there's a lock lockout period, preventing investors from selling during the first couple weeks or months. But I don't think we have a lot of sellers in the upcoming trading week, whether it's the initial investors or the short seller who want to take more risks. So I'm not worried about risk to the downside as much as I am worried about risk to the upside. So I am not looking to sell any call options in the upcoming trading week. But I am looking to sell some put options if they have it open around the $40 range, because you can see on the 1 hour chart, this is a pretty safe support for both in the price level around 45, and in the moving average level. This is like, I think, 50-day moving average on the hourly chart, on the 1 hourly chart. So once if it I'll sell a put option, couple of put options here, and hopefully once it goes up, the volatility decreases, or once it drops, the volatility decreases, and can buy it back at a cheaper price. And I'm not sure what the pricing will be. We'll have to see. But given the assumption is that it will be a highly volatile week, I will be looking to sell those options in this area and try to make some money on that. So that's one trading strategy that I'm sharing with you right now. Alright folks, thank you for watching this video, and if you stay till here, I really appreciate it. It really helps out the channel. Please like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, where I talk over some trade ideas and some potential ways of trading and make some money. And I am very excited about next week, and I'm just looking forward to watching the whole movement. Just being alive in this time period in the stock market, it just feels so good. It feels so good. So much volatility, so much movement. And I think for my next video, I might react to some Reddit posts from the infamous or the famous Wall Street Bets subreddit, and see how those traders performed during the DWAC run up and potential crash. It'll be super funny. It'll be super entertaining. Stay tuned. Please subscribe, and you'll catch me on that video. Thank you.